Hello class, my name is Keane. Today I'm here to teach you about lacrosse, also known to the Native Americans, the Creator's Game. Um, so just a little intro on lacrosse. It is the oldest sport in North America, dating back to the earliest views of it in the 17th century. So today I'll touch on the origin, the rules of the game, my experience, and some of the protective gear that you have to wear. So I got this information from lacrossevictoria.com. So originally, this was a tribal game played by the East Woodland Native Americans, and it was first saw by an English settler in the mid 1600s, and they saw Indians playing a game that they called Indian play ball. That's what the Europeans were calling it, but the game that they played back then was a lot different than what it is now. So the difference between what it is now, and what it was then was back then. The rules were decided the day before of the game, and the point of the game back then was a lot different to what it is now. Back then, it was to settle intertribal disputes, to toughen warriors for battle, part of festivals, and for all in all, it was played religiously for the Creator, and just to please the Creator and to worship Him. And I got that information from AmericanIndianMagazine.org. So now to touch on a little bit of my experience of the game. I've been playing lacrosse since I was about 6 years old. My first memory I have of playing lacrosse, even before I started playing, I went to a Buffalo Bandits game, and I saw all the guys going around hitting each other, and it reminded me a lot of hockey, and I was like, wow, I might just start doing this. So I talked to my dad, and my dad was like, yeah, I'll make you a stick, and I was like, oh, you'll make me one? That sounds great. And then he saw me playing around in the backyard, I loved it, and he went out and bought me a stick, and from the moment I had my first stick, I loved it. I've been playing since I was 6. I played all throughout grammar school, middle school, high school, and now I play here at Robert Morris. So the game has brought me a lot. The way that I play the game, I play it creatively, and I think that's how the game's supposed to be played. It's not given any rules. It's just supposed to be played for fun, and it's also known as the medicine game. And what it heals my mind is just grabbing a stick and a ball and just going to the nearest wall or finding a net and just going to shoot. It releases a lot of stress off me, and I love it. Nothing else I'd rather be doing. Now to touch on some of the rules of the game. So originally, it started with anywhere from 100 to 1,000 players. Now, this is back in the 17th century. So back then, they would go out and there would be no out of bounds. There would just be 2 nets set up, maybe 100 meters or maybe several miles from each other. And those games would take anywhere from a day to several days. There was no really time on it. It was just decided by the ref. When it was over, it was over. And now the Europeans modernized it, and now there's 10 players on each team on the field at one time. And so it breaks down into 3 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 3 attackmen. The defenders cannot go past the midline on the defensive end, and the attackmen can't go past the midline on the offense end. And then the midfielders go back and forth, so they could go on the defense or the attack side. So, with that being said, there can only be 6 people on each team on a side at a time. So you can sub through the box, which is on the team which is where the roster is on the sideline, and the point of the game now is when you score, put the ball in the net, counts as a point, and whoever has more goals at the end of the game wins the game. Now touch on some of the safety. There are rules. You can't cross check fully. You can't just go whacking out there, but it is full contact, so you can hit to an extent. And some penalties range on the severity of them, anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Now, some of the equipment we wear, we wear helmets, elbow pads, gloves, and a chest protector, and maybe some of these bicep pads if you got a little bruise up here, you don't want to get hit. And other than that, I just want to say that this game means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the Native Americans that once owned all of this land. And to pay respect to them, we have to play the game with the utmost respect and to play it very, very happily. Now, class, is there any questions? No? All right. Have a good day.